time for some 8-1 for your wealth. Join with us now. We've got Miss Jessica Kidd, who is the VP of Retail Banking Sales Manager over with Kish Bank. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. Third year.
I know, yes. Yeah. Well, Jessica, though, one thing, though, we've noticed is scamming. It's getting more sophisticated. It's getting more personal and harder to detect. What are some of the tips and things you have? I mean, you work obviously for a bank, so you see a lot of the ins and outs of this.
We do, every day. We are fighting fraud on the front lines every single day. And last year, Americans alone lost $16 billion to fraud, which is 25% more than the previous year. So fraud is not going anywhere. It is just escalating, and it keeps, it affects all of us. It just keeps growing. And AI has really added another layer to that.
It's scary too, because they're trying every avenue, right?
Oh,
texting,
absolutely.
Email, phone call. They can even disguise, you know, the phone number to look like it's a local number.
Which we see that a lot.
Yeah, they're getting crafty.
Yes, very, very crafty. Agreed.
And so you've got a few different ways that you're looking at this as far as like a campaign.
Correct.
That banks never do that, right? Never ask that.
Yeah.
Which is really crucial, just to kind of get in the backs of people's minds of like, all right, if this is happening, you need to pause and take a second to think, all right, should I be offering up this information?
Yes. So this is a national initiative through the American Bankers Association, and it's called Banks Never Ask That. Because we will never ask you for your passwords, your PIN numbers, your full social security number. So those personally identifiable information pieces, we're never going to ask you for that.
It's scary too, because I think people naturally want to do the right thing, and if they think that they're behind on a payment, or okay, they're missing information from me that I need to give up, obviously you're kind of in a vulnerable spot. So we've got a few red flags too to make sure that people are on the lookout for.
Yeah. Yep. So the most common red flags are requesting you to open a link sent to you via email or text are the most common there. There's always urgency. They always want you to keep it a secret.
Do this now.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, well, we all know fraudsters have a way of really being crafty, and it hits home for a lot of people. They'll often send attachments, and they always pressure you to send them money.
Okay.
So there's always money attached to it.
Yeah, interesting. And just, you know, typos, spelling errors. I know sometimes you're just not really thinking in that frame of mind, but you really do have to be on the lookout. And
if you just slow down, if you just slow down and take a look at the wording, like even if the bank is sending you something and it says, we need you to send us money, and they put the letter U instead of spelling out the word Y-O-U. That's a very common one. Bad grammar, poor grammar. Right. That is very, very common as well.
Yeah, and we were saying too, all the different methods, right? We talked about email, there's text messaging, phone call. I mean, you have a series here to kind of go through.
Yes, we do.
Of what you experience.
Yeah, and just some red flags to go with those. So email scams. We look for unusual or misspelled email addresses, misspelled words and poor grammar like we already talked about, scare tactics, suspicious URLs. So asking you just to click on a website that does not look like it should from the bank, and any unexpected attachments. So banks do often send attachments, usually through a secure link. But if you receive an email and it has an attachment that you didn't expect to have sent to you, do not open it. They often can contain malware that can then affect your computer.
And I think too, if you're working within the app, and you know, sometimes it sends you a temporary passcode, that's one thing.
The multi-factor authentication.
Yes. So I think you just have to be diligent, right, and understand.
You do. But that is expected.
Yes.
So like that you can anticipate and expect to get. The links or the attachments that are not expected are the ones to be careful for.
Yeah. What about locally? What types of scams are you guys experiencing?
So a lot of spoofing of phone numbers. So we get that often. Government impersonations locally are so customers receiving phone calls saying this is the IRS and we have, you know, XYZ information on you. There's always a sense of urgency. There's always a demand for money. Those two things go hand in, and generally secrecy as well. Those things just go hand in hand. And we just, if you just take a moment to stop and think about it. If it seems too good to be true, or if you feel scared for any reason, it's most likely a scam.
Yeah, so listen to your gut.
Yes.
I guess that's the big thing here. So what
Exactly.
steps is Kish taking to help protect customers? I mean, what if, my goodness, you did click on the link?
Yep. Call your bank. And don't be embarrassed about it. That's the thing. So we, even as bankers, we've all fallen victim to scams one way or another, big and small. So just, the biggest message that I want to get out to everyone is do not be afraid to call your bank. If you feel that you're being scammed on the phone, just hang up. But as far as the bank goes, we're doing constant employee education. Next week, we are having Fraud Awareness Week at all of our locations. So feel free to stop in, and we have some goodies that you can take home and test your fraud awareness IQ. It'll be a fun week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago you had worked with a local, nursing home as well.
Yes.
And so you've done seminars like this before to groups.
Yeah. So at Kish Bank, our mission is to make the lives of those around us better, and part of that is doing education pieces such as this. We will also go out to organizations and do presentations on fraud. We do a lot of elderly fraud presentation because they're the biggest target,
Yes.
Unfortunately. Very trusting generation, and have a nest egg. So fraudsters know they have a pool of money, of their hard-earned money that's sitting there.
It's scary, but there are
Certainly
things
is.
you can do. Yes.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be scared or embarrassed like you're saying.
Yes.
Make sure to reach out for help, of course, and Kish Bank has got you covered. And if people are interested in, signing up or coming out to one of the events, what's the best way to kind of stay in the know?
Yeah, you can go to our website, mykish.com/security, or you can stop into any of our locations next week.
All right. Thank you,
I'd be
Jessica.
happy to see you.
Yes.